Hello and welcome to the South Fiordland Bush Flying Tour. Now if you're new to me and this video series, check in the description below and there is a link to the episode of the series which will tell you all about it, where we are and where to get a copy of this scenery yourself. The weather seems possibly a little worse than last time on the previous flight in terms of cloud, and on that flight we went from sea level to this place which is about halfway up a mountain, so that was okay. But today we're going to need to go further up and over these mountain bridges. No idea, we'll try it and see what happens. Well, with X-Plane 11, flying into cloud meant a solid lump of grey, but with 12 the clouds just limit your visibility. I mean, sometimes do really short distances of just a few feet, but if we keep close enough to the mountain, then maybe we can stay in visual contact with it and that will be okay. Probably not a great plan for a real world flight in these conditions, but X-Plane, it doesn't hurt quite as much if you crash into something, so yeah, we'll give it a go. Now, I've got the X-Plane map up on a separate screen, and that certainly doesn't give you a hugely accurate picture of what's going on, but it's enough to see the rough locations of the valley that we're trying to get to at the other side of these mountains. And it doesn't seem too bad up here anyway, does it? Well, it's not a full blanket of overcast clouds anyway, there are a few holes in it too, so you can still see where we're going at the moment. Let's see how long that lasts. Let's try to see if we can get enough altitude. Yeah, I think we should be high enough to get over this ridge. It looks like there may well be another one beyond that. Not totally sure, as I am just looking at our position on the X-Plane map. And I don't think we're quite at the valley we need to descend into. Unless that was it. No, we're turning too far away. Need to be going left a little bit. It's getting very grey out there, isn't it? Not running into anything yet, so okay. Ridge that. Actually, this could be alright. I'd say there's a good chance that big lump of planet Earth ahead of us there is the right hand wall of the valley that we do actually want to be in. And if we get down here, yeah, happy that this is the valley where we're meant to be, so that's all good. Just follow this and we'll come to the airfield. Oh, by the way, I mentioned in a previous video about possibly letting X-Plane ATC see if it could take us on a leg of the journey. Well, I had a brief attempt with this one and it gave me the altimeter setting, but there were no other options of what to say to it. So perhaps that's me, or perhaps it doesn't like non-default airfields and doesn't know they exist. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that, well, put it this way, there are those three wonderful words which we all love to hear. I love you. And then there are those three terrible words that fill us all with absolute dread. Read the instructions. And yeah, I may have to do that to see how it works, so we'll just ignore that for now and maybe come back to ATC in the future. But for today, the Fjord Tours brochure says, time for some fun with our next stop at the home of the Irene River jet boat adventures. You'll get to enjoy the thrill of a high-speed trip down the river, which is always very exciting. This little hill coming up on the left, the airstrip's just around the corner from that. I do remember with X-Plane 11, the individual trees meant that it was probably easier to approach over the river and then do a small right turn onto the runway to avoid hitting any of the trees. Now with 12, it's the same defined area of forest, but the location of each individual tree within that area will be different. So a straight in approach with X-Plane 12, it might be easier or it might be more difficult, I don't know, so we'll do the river thing again. That should keep us away from anything green. And then if we do make the runway, I think this one was fairly flat. Yeah, not too bad. Park up here and kick our passengers out, and while we're waiting for them to come back, I'll have a look at the map and see where the next leg is taking us, as I think we will have another flight today.